What's up, everyone? It's Denise Salcedo. Welcome back to the UpNext Fighting YouTube channel. With me right now is Anthony the Bully Romero. Anthony Romero, thank you so much for being here today. You're undefeated here at UpNext Fighting, man. That's really cool. That's very cool. And you're also going to be on the UNF 13 card. So give us an update, man. What's the experience been like so far working with UpNext Fighting?
Oh man, UpNext is like no other, to be honest. Even in the amateur scene, like everything that UpNext is doing, having this interview with you right now, a lot of times someone at my level 2-1 wouldn't be having interviews with anyone. So it's really cool. They're doing a lot for the fighters, and that's why I'm coming back for the third time.
That's really cool, man. To just be able to have an experience like doing interviews, it really is a game changer because it's such a huge part. And if you want to be like in Bellator or if you want to be in UFC, you definitely need to be getting ready to do these types of things, to do these interviews. So, Anthony, I want to go ahead and ask you, why did you get the name of the Bully?
It just describes my fighting style. I walk forward, I pressure you. You can hit me, whatever you can throw, but it doesn't really, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to continue to press forward throughout the whole fight. Once I smell blood, I'm like a shark. I'm going to go after you. I'm going to finish the fight. So that's really what it is, just describing my fighting style.
So you mentioned blood, and you've already won 2 consecutive Fight of the Night awards, and for having the bloodiest, gnarliest fights. What does that mean to you? Does it have it's like a nice pat in the back of like, hey, dude, you had the most entertaining fight? Because it's one thing to win, right? Obviously, everybody wants to win, but then another to make people go, damn, that was thrilling as all hell. Because at the end of the day, this is it's a sport, but it's also entertainment. People are entertained by this.
Yes, this is a spectator sport. So without you guys, we're just 2 dudes in the cage fighting, so it's nothing. So without you guys, we're just, doing nothing. So it's a good thing. It's a good pat in the back. I am an entertainer at the end of the day, so I'm going to entertain you guys. I want to put on a show for you guys. I want you guys to want me back. I want you guys to want me to fight, because it's not enough just to be a good fighter. There's a lot of good fighters out here. You need to be more than that. You need to be an entertainer. You need to know how to speak on the microphone, how to look at the camera, how to talk to people. So, that's what I'm trying to do now and trying to get better at. And I'm happy that UpNext has gave me the platform to do it.
That's really cool. All right, so do you watch your fights back?
Oh, man, it's kind of embarrassing, but I watch my fights a lot. Like the next couple of days, that's all I'm doing is watching my fights. I watch my fights so much where I don't even like to watch them anymore. Now I watch them. If I watch them, all I see is the bad things I'm doing. So yeah.
Do you think it helps you, or do you think you overdo it?
No, I think it helps me because, like I said, I watch it to where I only see the bad things, which is good now because now I'm studying myself to where I can improve. I'm not watching myself like, oh, you did that good. I'm not patting myself on the back. I'm watching like, oh, I need to improve here. I need to do this better. I need to do this better. So it helps me.
What's your favorite fight of yours? The ones where you're like, damn, that was me out there. I did that. Which fight is that for you?
That was definitely the one when I fought the Brian Dow. That was the one for me. He pushed me. He pushed me a lot. So it definitely I got to show. And it was my fight coming back from my first loss. Losing my debut was a big disappointment for me. So coming back to that fight, I had to prove a lot to myself, and I definitely proved it. Yeah.
I was going to say that one was very exciting. I remember that. The second you mentioned, I was like, yep, I remember that. A good, nice bout for sure. All right. So I do also want to touch on, how this whole journey began for you. When did you decide, or what was it that made you go, I want to do this. I want to fight other people for a living?
Yeah, so I started doing jiu-jitsu at 12 years old at a young age. My dad saw that I liked to compete. I was always into sport and stuff like that. But even before that, I kind of just always had that fighter. I always liked to wrestle. I always liked to fight. I was always getting into fights as a little kid. So that was just something I kind of just had. It was, I don't know, and it's, if you're good at something, it's like when you're good at it too. I was just good at it. That's just what it is. I was just good at it.
For some people, it's like this terrifying thing of, oh my God, that's crazy. I could never have the guts to do that. And then for other people, it's like, oh my God, this is the natural fit. This is where I belong.
Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. And I've also been in so many fights like that where now it's like I'm going to go into a cage and there's going to be a referee in front of me. Oh, this is easy. I'm not going to really get that hurt. What's really going to happen to me, So I've been to so many fights that at this point in time, I don't even feel like that anymore. Yeah.
All right, so I do also want to ask you, you're obviously here with the Up Next fighting. You're doing things. You're trying to be up next. That's the whole purpose of being here. What's the end goal for you?
End goal as far as MMA. I mean, I want to be in the UFC 100%, but before that, I want to be regionally. I want to be the best. I want to be known as the best regionally. So California, I want to be known as the best California fighter at 135, 145, whatever it is. And then from there, we can move on to, being the best in the U.S. And then obviously, trying to get into the UFC.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's the goal, man. That's the dream, to get to UFC, to make it happen. And you're only going to do it by proving yourself here at Up Next Fighting. Of course, that's going to help the whole lot. Ladies and gentlemen, Anthony Romero. We'll catch you guys next time. Thank you, everyone.